the black, white, and blue. Up, Granada, name of the shark bit you.
All right, I don't know if you guys on the panel heard that or not. By judging by the no reaction, I guess not. But yes, it was up Cronulla, and what a great grand final it was. The Sharkies finally won after the 50th season. So how happy was I? I think I might have jumped in the pool. I can't remember. But all right, yes, it's Glenn. It's Aussie Tech Heads once again.
Post.
And it's welcome. We are brought to you by athwebhosting.com.au. All right, yes, there was no show last week. I was in Sydney actually doing. Went to the ABC, put on some OzPod 2016 Talk Fest. It was okay. Learned a couple of things, I suppose. But yeah, it was not too bad. The most exciting part was that they had a real life police box down there, so that was good. Got a few pictures with that. Pity the door didn't open, but anyway, that's life. All right, now if you want to hear, if you've never heard Up Cronulla song before and you want to hear it, well, I'm going to play it at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that right at the end, and you can hear the full version. All right, now this week, joined to us is we've got. We'll go to Warlock first. Hey, Warlock, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Glenn?
Yeah, good. What have you been up to? Playing Minecraft still?
Just working and stuff. Went to the beach yesterday because I was on call for the whole of last weekend, so I got woken up a dozen times Saturday and Sunday nights. So Monday was public holiday.
That's
so
right.
But I was working on call until 11 a.m. So it wasn't really much of a break.
No.
So,
did you watch the grand final?
Sports.
Yeah, that's the one. Right. And now,
and then took yesterday off, so we went to the beach and went to Irish pub and had a big slap-up meal, so it was great.
Oh, geez, that sounds good, doesn't it? They got
Sunburn, bit of tan.
They got Irish pubs in Taree. Is that where you are, around about there?
Nearby.
Nearby, yeah.
Yep.
So Central Coast somewhere. I know that much. All right.
Mid-North Coast, close enough.
Mid-North Coast, that's right. Now, look, the other person on the panel this week is Milo. Hi, Milo.
G'day.
We haven't seen you around these parts for a while.
Well, you probably haven't seen me because I haven't been able to do the camera before.
No, that's right. No, but we've heard you. Well, we haven't heard you.
Well, that's true.
We haven't heard you around these parts for a while. Now, tell us, what have you been doing with yourself? You got the NBN. That's why you're coming through loud and clear.
And video as well. Woohoo!
Oh, how good is it? It's such a good picture.
Yeah. I'll explain it after when you're ready. And I'm currently doing a lot with my radio station, Triple U FM in Nowra. Google that one. And a lot with my band, Drewsters.com with the Z. And we had quite a few gigs earlier this year, but now it's just getting in. We're doing sort of like in hibernation mode and hopefully get some more gigs happening soon.
Nice. And what do you do in the band?
Guitar, acoustic guitar. I've got about 6 guitars now.
Okay, nice work. Nice.
Yeah. All lefties, a couple of acoustics, about 3 or 4 electrics plus a bass. So,
you're going off. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to be learning mandolin soon, and hopefully, if I can afford it, banjo. So.
Oh, you're about to do the dueling banjos. I love that little.
Well, I'll have to work out how to play one-handed each. I don't know.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, so that's excellent. Now, for those that you don't know, Milo, I think now you can correct me on this, Milo, but you've been listening to the show for such a long time. For what, episode 5 or 1 or something?
Something like that. So, very early. I think I stumbled across you when you first started.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been like the first half of the year that it started or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Now, look, you've suffered through the past.
We're sorry about that.
I've suffered a lot.
I was going down a different path, actually. I was going to say you suffered a lot for the last 10 years because you had no NBN. You had ADSL. Did you have ADSL 1 or 2 or something?
Well, originally it was supposed to be ADSL 2 plus, but then Telstra, they're good in some ways and bad in other ways. And because of my distance, I'm nearly about 3 or 4 k's from a local exchange in Nowra. And I couldn't get anything else other than ADSL. And my friend down the road, 3 streets away, couldn't even get ADSL.
Yeah, that's so
about
bad.
yes.
Yeah, so life on the ADSL for you was something like what,
Uh,
2 down or something. It was really dial-up speeds.
wasn't even one down. It was like 0.56. Sometimes you probably see my Facebook blurbs about it saying, how bad it's been.
And
Particularly like when it rains. You could not even surf the net. You couldn't even load Facebook. So
how
it's
is
like
your how has your internet consumption changed now that you've got the NBN?
I think my TV is lonely.
Yeah, fair enough too. So you'd be
But
yeah,
that's the way I see it. It's kind of like like say you had 20 years on VHS and your favourite movie is just about you still watch it on the VHS tape, but it's just so blurry, but you still love that movie. Then someone brings in a Blu-ray player and a HD version of the movie
right.
in that same day, same night, and it's just like clear as day. It's
Yeah, yeah,
or the other analogy is like, say you're learning to ride a Pee-wee 50, and the instructor brings up a Harley the same day, and just right, you get on that.
because I know because you
difference.
started. Yeah, you started getting into online game streaming, didn't you? And that was just not
Yeah,
possible.
I started towards the end of last year. Before I sort of pulled out for a while. It was just too hard. Like I couldn't even game online. Like I could just barely watch YouTube at 240.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So NBN all round, except here on the Gold Coast, we're still I wouldn't say suffering cable, but look.
But don't move to where Will's going.
No, well, look, talking about Will, I did want to mention Will. As you know, he has moved, and apparently he has got the internet on now, but just he's recently moved and he hasn't got nothing set up, and plus his little boy's been quite crook, been in hospital. So yeah, I think he's getting better now. So shout out to Will and Cameron and Sonia, and hope he continues to get better.
Nice to have you back home, guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Well, yeah. So yeah, okay. Where are we going to start? Where are we going to start? I had another question in my brain, but as per usual, it's it's popped out. I was going to say something about Sydney. Oh, that's right. I went to Sydney, and
that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I caught up with Michael from the Aussie Max Zone, and he's on cable as well. And he had something like, I don't know, 40 down, 40 up or something, and just the speed at which things uploaded. Like, because as you know, the Aussie Tech Radio. .com, you go there, it's got the 24/7 back-to-back podcasts and everything. Well, it takes me, I download the podcasts and then proceed to upload them so that they're on the radio style playback. And I don't know, say there's 7 or 8 shows, right? So it would say 7 or 8 shows would probably take me at 2 up, maybe a good half an hour to upload all that. And when I was down at Michael's place, it was last Friday, so I had to just keep the radio pumped along with the new episodes. I downloaded them all and quick as, and I'm not too bad on the downloads. But then uploaded them. I think they uploaded his plays at 40 up in about 2 minutes. I couldn't believe it.
Nice, right?
What an increase in productivity this NBN.
I noticed the difference when I used to do the Obsidian Loft and the old Fart Geeks, and when I had the YouTube video to upload at 720p, I just start the video and then go to bed because I wasn't going to wait that long.
That's right.
That's how I was too, yeah. I'm just looking now while here on download speeds. I'm currently at the moment getting 85.92 Mbps down and 35.77 up.
All right, that's enough of that. we don't want to talk about that rubbish. All right. Yep.
One thing
you're the only one without NBN, Glenn, is that right?
Oh, yeah, hello. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello from the dark ages.
Funny thing is, I remember you guys talking. Last year, you and we were talking. No, it must have been the year before. I just bought my Xbox One. And I think you and Warlock and Will were talking about it on here, and was saying that it was taking me like 3 weeks just to do the update on the Xbox One before I could even do the game updates.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it probably took me 2 months to get the game updates.
Yes, that's hopeless.
Before I could even play. So now I can get it, and it's just...
one of my friends is complaining on Facebook recently because he's got a one of the new PlayStations, and he's on ADSL too, but it took him, he put in a new game for the kids, and it proceeded to download 4 gigs of updates for the PlayStation, then restarted, and then 17 gigs for the game. And he's like, oh, my kids wanted to play this now, but it's mandatory to do the updates. You can't play it till it does. So he just had to say, okay, kids, we'll play it tomorrow.
Happy
I mean,
days.
it's crazy. I remember the days when you bought this would be a good topic for old farts. Is like when you used to buy a game and it was the full version.
Yeah, you wouldn't get any updates. Or
might have been 6 CDs or whatever, but it was a full version.
Well, look, people just recently been complaining about Windows 10, haven't they? Forcing the update onto the computers and everything, and you know, not
Apple's going to do something similar now.
I know. Yes, I was leading into that. They are.
Sorry.
What a segue!
I know.
Ruined your segue.
I was trying to be so professional and so seamless. Yeah, but
it's me. You're kidding.
But that's right. Warlock's right.
Professional.
Yes, Apple is doing a Windows or a Microsoft. They're pushing the OS Sierra update out automatically. Like, why? I don't understand why they would do this. Like, the update will download on users' computers in the background, and it's going to begin. Apparently, it's already begun this week. So, if you've got automatic downloads enabled in your preferences, well, guess what, Busters, you are going to be forced with it. Apparently,
probably do on my work laptop. I hope my work laptop's not going to die when it updates.
But yeah, so like, apart from, look, my only problem with this, I don't mind, you know, things downloading automatically or whatever. Maybe, I don't think it's going to install automatically. Let me see. The upgrade will be pushed to computers. Users will be alerted and must then initiate the install. So that's okay.
That's not bad.
No, the download would not occur should a user's computer be unable to handle the 5 gig of space needed, or if an older computer is not equipped to integrate the upgrade. But my concern, as same with a lot of people from Windows, was if it just gets pushed down automatically, what happens if you're on your dongle or on your 4G or something like that? It's a 5 gig download. That'll just suck it all out in one go.
Yeah.
Or if you're on ADSL 1.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be...
You want to watch YouTube? You'd be complaining to your ISP, you know. Yesterday I was watching YouTube Fine at 480 like Milo was before, and then suddenly you can't even watch it on that, and you'd be ringing up your ISP going, what the hell's going on? I can't even watch YouTube at 4. Your internet is crap. Let me get another ISP. Or you start going off at them and you find out that Apple's been pushing 5 gigs down to you whether you want it or not.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And some of the time you go, like, if you're on you're on your phone using your hotspot or the dongle, you're going to go, where's the data going?
Yeah.
You know, like, where's it going? I'm not using any apps, and you're there, you're changing settings and doing everything, and it's this damn thing coming down in the background. But
yeah, when I was at HP, we were supporting a client company, and somebody had got a $500 phone bill, because they were just using their phone as the hotspot while they're doing work. And they're like, I just sent a few emails, and I left it going while I was, you know, making lunch or taking the kids out or stuff, because it's not doing anything except for a few emails. And it says that I used up 10 gigs. And where's that? And he said, I had to say, well, you know, you probably got Microsoft Office updates, Microsoft Windows updates, and it does all this stuff in the background. If your apps, Adobe will suddenly pop up and go, yo, I just downloaded this thing for you, I'm going to install it. And Skype, what about Skype these days? That's the one that I hate. Even if you're not running Skype, you boot up your computer, it's got a little program that automatically runs the background, goes, oh, hey, I just downloaded and installed a new version, and it boots it up in front of you without even saying, do you want to update Skype? Because even my dad was just the other day, he's sitting down on the computer typing up something and reading his emails, and suddenly Skype launches, and he's like, what the heck's going on? And I said, well, that's what happens now. Skype updates itself in the background, and when it updates, it just goes full screen, launches on your computer and goes, oh, hey, I updated, aren't I really cool? You're like, no, go away.
Go away. I'm not ready for you. Well,
worse than Adobe.
And it's like you're in the middle of a game or something, and it cuts out the game, and it says, hey, we've uploaded. Updated, you know.
To be honest, it hasn't happened to me. Or for some reason, God knows why, but I've got to go looking for Skype updates. But Yeah, it's a better look. Why do you think Warlock that these companies are forcing the updates? Like, what? Any
Because
reason?
it makes it easier from a developer's point of view, in that a lot of the updates will have new features that the developers want to use. So they'll update their app, and then suddenly there's 15% or 40% of people who can't use that feature in your app. And so they're like, well, I have to develop everything to the lowest common denominator, which means I can't do this funky new thing because there's all these people who don't have the latest update. So Windows and Apple and Microsoft and all these places just go, well, let's just force everybody, then everybody's on exactly the same version. All the developers know what features are going to be available, so then they'll be able to program the latest cool thing on there and everyone will have it.
Yeah.
Especially like when you go to government places like Centrelink, they're all on XP or something.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad for that. I'm not sure what they're on now. I think they are they. Have they
I think they're on LSD. Yeah.
Emil's
they're probably at LSD.
95 or something.
Nah, it's LSD. Now, so anyway, so that's what's going on there. Look, and I don't know if it's the same for phones, but because I know my mum had an issue the other day. She said, I was using my phone, and then all of a sudden, this is just midway through the plan, it doesn't change. She doesn't fiddle around with it. And all of a sudden, she gets a message, you use 50%. She goes, oh dear. And okay, so she goes, another 2 minutes, you've used 85%. Another 2 minutes, you've used 100%. We've just charged you $10. Thanks. Yeah, so and I said to her, well, the only thing I could think about of that was that the iOS update. I know that was like 2 gig for some people.
Yeah, it's not supposed to come through 3G though.
I noticed that the other day. I was out and some little update came up, the latest iOS update, and on my iPhone 5, and I was out in town and I saw that even though I got pretty good data, like to phone plan on that with now, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that because otherwise I'd just choose through the data. So I pressed cancel as I was walking around.
But that's interesting what you said, Warlock. You could be right there. I've never really taken any notice of it. But because I know my mum will she'll hotspot it to the computer, so she's probably scored some Windows update anyway.
Her hotspot is not ABC123, is it? Because I'll tell you, somebody else just got a few torrents on her phone.
Oh, really?
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. You got to have good passwords, haven't you? All right. Let's see. Milo, what stories did you see this week that you thought you wanted to spread to the world?
Yeah, just scrolling down here. I don't know how people can use one monitor anymore. It's crazy.
I know.
One monitor at the moment. It's terrible.
That is.
Yeah, my first one is smoking Samsung mobile phones that have been happening lately since the new 7 came out. It's currently today prompted a US plane to evacuate before takeoff. So an overheating smoking Samsung smartphone has forced the evacuation of a Southwest airline jet that was preparing to take off in the US, with reports indicating the phone was a new Galaxy Note 7 issued as a replacement following a global recall. The incident raises fresh trouble for the Korean phone maker, which was forced to make the recall last month because of overheating batteries.
Yeah,
so
look,
they're still having issues.
Yeah, and I think it won the Choice Shonky Award, so it's going great guns. And
Did you see somebody did a mod for Grand Theft Auto, and it's got a Samsung Galaxy phone that you can use as a sticky bomb, and you throw it at a car or something. It'll stick on the side and the phone will explode.
Yeah, see the other one too. Speaking on phones, somebody last week wanted the headphone jack back on the iPhone 7, so they drilled a hole into the phone with a real drill.
Funny. People are funny. But yeah, when I was on the plane down to Sydney, both ways, they said if you got a Samsung Galaxy Note 7, don't turn it on at all. You're allowed to have everything else on airplane mode, but yeah, you weren't to have one of those
I wonder
on.
how well the hostesses know phones, though.
Well, this is
You go,
that's true.
no, this is not that phone at all. It's a Samsung Superphone 7.
Listen,
They're not going to
I don't-
memorize every model and make what they look like and look for the green
Yeah.
battery icon. I do.
But like, hasn't that myth been busted about phones on airplanes? I think it has.
I saw the Mythbusters do that years ago on
Yeah.
TV, but I don't know.
Because like,
Well, this replacement one, they hadn't left the terminal yet. I think they said they hadn't taken off, so that wasn't the reason that it went off. It still caught fire in the guy's back pocket, though. But phone batteries don't cause a problem. Phones don't usually cause a problem on a plane. It's more that the hostesses want you to watch the emergency evacuation sequence.
right.
And when they're talking, they're like, okay, here's the exits, and telling everyone, they're like, yeah, whatever, put on their headphones, turn everything up, and they're playing games and stuff, or texting, and nobody's paying attention. And when they do have an emergency, everyone's like, well, I don't know what to do because I didn't watch the thing. So they're like, okay, phones and electronic devices make the plane go boom, so please don't use them.
So I
Well,
know.
it's funny that
Yeah.
it's funny like the pilots now are using like I don't know whether they're using iPads, but they are using tablets
iPad.
for their pilot bags, which is like all their notes and all their charts and stuff all in the tablets now.
Well, the lady I sat next to, like the phone comes over, everyone turns their phone on the airplane mode, and this woman next to me, yeah, so she's just playing her iPad. You don't think nothing of it, but as I looked over to it, it had the SIM in it, and the 4G's just hammering around.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, and obviously,
I like the funny thing they did on The Simpsons when they were going to Japan, and Bart has got his Game Boy out and he's playing games while the plane's flying, and the hostess comes along and says, turn off your electronic device, turn it off. So he turns it off, the plane starts going down. They're like, turn it back on, turn it back on.
yeah, it's funny stuff. Yeah, Warlock, what have you found this week? Anything exciting?
Yeah. During Google's Pixel event, Google announced the Chromecast Ultra, a 4K version of its very popular streaming device. The Chromecast Ultra will be able to stream 4K, not in Australia. It won't stream 4K because we're lucky to do that even on the NBN, let alone all the people who are not on NBN, because broadband is only like 5 megs or something. Google says the Ultra is its fastest Chromecast, regardless if you have a 4K TV or not, loading videos 1.8 times faster than standard Chromecast thanks to improved Wi-Fi connectivity. The company is also including an Ethernet port on the power adapter for users whose Wi-Fi connections may not be able to handle 4K streams. The design of the Ultra is very similar to the standard Chromecast, a flat hockey puck design with the G logo instead of the Chrome badge and a small attached HDMI cord so the device can easily hide behind your TV. You can still mirror content from your Android phone and laptop, and it will work in concert with Google's Home once it's released. The price will be the biggest difference. The Ultra will cost you double the price of its predecessor, coming in at $69 in the US. The Chromecast Ultra will be released in November in the US and will be available in 15 countries around the world.
I just bought another Chromecast, and it's a little bit different to the first one, so it's obviously version 2. And this one, it must have a battery in it. Because well, this is what the guy was saying. Because I said to him so before I bought it, I said I wanted to get some specs on it, and in the end I had to come home and Google it anyway. But he said you plugged it into the USB to charge it. I'm thinking, so what are you saying? It's got a battery in it, and what you plug it into the TV at the back behind the wall or whatever, so hard to get to place. You're supposed to recharge it every 5 seconds.
Some of the HDMI ports have got a spec that allows power to go out through the HDMI as well, so it can run through the HDMI cable.
Well, I'll tell you what I did with mine, and this is, I thought, I wonder if this will work, and it did. But because this new one I bought also had the USB cord, which luckily, but I instead of putting it into the TV, I stuck it straight into the back of the amp. And it worked.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I've just got some interference though on some of the channels. I get a little static, and I think it must be some Wi-Fi interference. But I'll have to look into that. But yeah, that's good. All right. Now look, here's something else that you might not be happy about if you're a Microsoft band wearer. And you know the Microsoft bands are so the
they've been
fitness
banned.
fitness bands and all that sort of stuff. They've removed all references, this is Microsoft, to the banned devices from its online store. Why? They've also removed the banned software development kit. Microsoft have disbanded the team that was working on the version of Windows 10 for several months ago. They said ta-tas to them. The Band 2 went on sale.
The band team have been disbanded.
That's
That
right.
was pretty good.
The Band 2 went on sale last November for $379. The devices sold at Harvey Norman, JB Hi-Fi, Rebel Sport. Microsoft said we remain committed to supporting our Microsoft Band 2 customers through Microsoft stores and customer support channels, and will continue to invest in the Microsoft Health platform, which is open to all hardware and apps partners across Windows, iOS, Android devices, and whatever else. But so it looks like the actual hardware is gone. They're not going to...
If you didn't learn from the Microsoft Kin phone and what was their
Zune?
music player, Zune,
Zune.
and
Proof.
don't buy these kind of Microsoft products. Keyboards, they're great for keyboards. They're great
Yeah.
for
I've
mousers.
got a couple of those.
Mouse, fantastic. It's a blue laser.
Yeah.
Actually, I was
But,
saying that.
yeah, don't get any of these funky devices they're bringing out. The Microsoft Spot Watch, dead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But it's pretty bad, isn't it? Like, this thing, like, it's $379. Like, obviously no one's going to buy one now. But $379, you think, looks good. Like, I probably would go into something like that. And one of the reasons why I would go in, I was thinking, well, it's from Microsoft, so it's going to be around for a while. So how wrong
Yeah,
can you
Microsoft will be around for a while.
be?
Just
Yeah,
not the watch thing.
as long as they keep flogging products that they discontinue, they're just churning them over, they'll be right, raking in the money. Yeah, so as Warlock said, the band has disbanded. All right.
It's broken up.
Yes, no more music from it. But I've got the Fitbit. I think, Warlock, you got a Fitbit. And,
Yeah,
I wanna
I'm
get a
thinking of selling my Fitbit Surge
yeah.
on eBay.
Oh, yeah.
I wear the Pebble more often now, and the problem is that Fitbit won't let anyone else send data to their network for the challenges and stuff. So I probably
right.
I need to sell the Surge. I can't wear two watches.
No. No, that'd be look a bit silly.
dorky, but
Set
I
a
could
trend.
get like a Fitbit 1 or something and clip it on my belt and run around.
Yes. So, yeah, so no more Microsoft bands. Anyway, didn't have one, so don't care.
That's a bandwagon.
Now,
You're not that stupid.
yeah, now, Milo, what you've got the story here about NBN shooting satellites up into the sky.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty amazing, won't it? Yep, here we go.
I'm glad they're doing. I'm glad they're doing something. Yep. Hit it.
Yeah, waves of relief after launch of NBN Co's Sky Muster 2 satellite after 24 hours launch delay, probably because of crappy weather we've had lately.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
and all of South Australia will be blacked out for a couple of days. The National Broadband Network's second satellite has been successfully deployed and will soon begin providing broadband services to tens of thousands of homes and businesses in a rural area in remote Australia. The Sky Muster 2 satellite was carried aloft, whatever that means, on board, how do you pronounce it, Ariane 5.
Yeah, that sounds
rocket.
good.
We'll take that. Decorated with the photos of 700 Australians, winners of NBN's last year face in the space competition.
What?
The launch took off from the European space sport in, oh God, how do you pronounce that? Kourou.
Where are you? Hang on, where are you?
Kourou, French Guiana, South America somewhere.
Yeah, that'll do. Someplace down there.
This event was reserved by NBN execs and board members, yada yada, and
Now,
colour and
yeah. Now, the biggest thing out of that story was, would you like to have your face on the satellite? Would you, Milo?
I don't know. It's kind of weird because I guess all the alien movies are pretty. they might find it and come and start hunting you.
I don't know if that's
Like
something.
aliens or something.
Look, I suppose 700 Australian winners of the NBN's Blast Your Face in Space. Didn't know the competition was on to start with. But obviously no one's going to see it. What about you, Warlock? Is that something that tickled your fancy? No?
Yeah,
Don't
whatever.
If someone come up to you and said, "Hi, let me take a photo, I'll put it on the satellite," you'd probably go, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Just do a Google search. You'll find plenty of images there you can download.
That's right.
I'm not exactly
Suppose
that
Kurt-
difficult to find on the internet.
No, Google is a wonderful thing. So yeah, so it looks like NBN's the Sky Muster 2 satellite. Excellent. It's going to be providing broadband to tens of thousands of homes. Please, one of those be me.
Speaking of Google, if we can segue to another article,
Yeah, sure.
Google is to launch a cloud platform in Australia. To launch in an Australian region for its Google Cloud platform as part of its mission to power businesses around the world. Google will launch 3 availability zones in Sydney. So, not all Google regions boast all services.
That's right. So, the company's not yet revealed which services will go live in Sydney, but look, this is a good move. This is a good move. Not only will it help with, latency and all that sort of stuff for us people here living in Australia, but it's also good for the data privacy issues that some people might face when storing data in the
Especially
cloud.
if it's overseas storage.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So even like some doctors and all this sort of stuff, they're probably not allowed to store their data in Singapore, where I think Microsoft servers used to be until Microsoft now got servers in Australia. But Google seemed to be the last major player to come to Australia. But so it doesn't matter if you last, as long as you're there.
Amazon's been in Australia for ages in Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
the
reading
content
today
that-
as well. VMware had their own cloud platform, and they've been fighting against Amazon, who's been trying to take their customers, and they've just decided recently to give up, and they're going to host their VM stuff on Amazon servers.
Right.
The only trouble I have with Amazon in Australia is it's like Netflix. It's just very little content.
On
I haven't
Amazon.
switched over my Amazon account to Australia.
I don't even know. Oh, I think I have an Amazon, but I just never used it.
Yeah. So So that's right. That's right. I went off track again, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The Amazon cloud. That's good. It seems to be. It's nice and fast. A lot of big businesses use it. That's what I was going to say. You wouldn't have thought that VMware, or if Amazon's poaching customers and undercutting and all this sort of stuff, when you think, well, VMware say, well, we're not going to go to Amazon to host. We're going to go to someone else. We're going to Microsoft.
Yeah.
Just
Go
to.
to Aussie Tech Heads.
Oh, that's right, just to spite them.
Yeah.
But obviously Amazon's got a good service, so there you go. Like, I don't know, if you ever get a chance to play with it, I've loaded up a few instances of the cloud, I've done storage in the cloud up there, and I've done just desktop servers and stuff up there, and I even did a Minecraft server up there.
Yeah. We had a small Minecraft server to test out something there for a year.
Yeah.
I put all my photos up on Photo. I think it's Photo Book or something like that. Oh, Photo Bucket.
Oh,
And,
yeah. That's an old
Yeah,
thing.
so it's like I always run out of bloody room on the iPhone because I'm taking so many photos and stuff. And when I get home, unless I've forgotten like in the last month or two, which I have, it all goes up to the photobucket.com, and you can make little folders and stuff. And instead of sending people out hundreds of photos on an email, you just put a folder together and send them a copy of the link, and they can check it out themselves.
I think there's I think Google Photos does a really good job of that as well now. That's not too bad. I think the Google Photos also does face recognition from memory. And
It used to be
I haven't
Google
tried that
Picasa.
yeah, that's right, Picasa. Yeah, that's right. But
They changed that to Photos.
I also saw that the iOS does it as well. It does facial recognition, but it won't.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't. Oh, I have to ask Michael. He told me about it, but he said it won't. It doesn't transfer that actual face recognition data through to your Mac. because of privacy. It doesn't go because if it goes to your Mac, it's got to go through the Apple server. And it doesn't do that. And I thought, well, bit of waste of time, isn't it? But apparently, it still facial recognises on your phone, so that's good. But yeah,
well, that'd be better.
Yeah,
that'd be good if eventually that happens on all things, and then it just recognises your face as long as it's got a camera. So I'm so sick of passwords. I do.
Yeah.
Android's had that for a while. You can unlock They said you could unlock your phone with your face, and I thought that'd be great.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, look, it's work. But no, LG and Samsung have had it for a while. That you can just hold it in front of you, and it recognises your face and unlocks the phone.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, what else have you got kicking around, Warlock?
Facebook wants to make your life easier by making sure no one can get their hands on your private communications as long as you don't do anything silly like giving them the password. The social network has just introduced a new secret messages function which keeps messages secure using hardcore encryption, which makes sure the content can only be read by you and the person you've written to. Messages will also self-destruct like Snapchat sexts, further reducing the chance of any baddies getting their mitts on your secrets. The social network said the feature has now been rolled out to all its 900 million users. We wanted to make Messenger your primary messaging platform. While we're already using a lot of security to ensure your messages are safe and confidential, we felt that we needed to go one more extra step with this new mode. All you need to do is opt in to begin a secret conversation, although there will be limits on how many devices you can use to read the encrypted missives. Starting with a secret combination with someone is optional, Facebook wrote on its blog. That's because many people want Messenger to work when you switch between devices such as tablet, desktop, computer, or phone. Secret conversations can only be read on one device, and we recognise that experience may not be right for everyone.
So they wonder if they've had a few issues with privacy concerns via Messenger. Is that why you reckon that's why they brought it out?
I think it's to compete with Snapchat.
Yeah, okay. Do you use Snapchat?
No, the only other one I've got is WhatsApp, and that's because a couple of people and my boss use it. So other than that, I hardly ever used any other messaging platform except for Facebook Messenger.
The only thing I use Snapchat for is just the filters. The facial distortion
Put puppy
filters.
doggies on your head and stuff.
Oh, there's some better ones than that. There's some really funny ones, and you can do some really weird stuff sometimes. Oh yeah.
Well, if you download Blue Bilby's iOS stickers, you can do it in Messenger for your iPhone.
Yes, that's right. So yeah,
Halloween stickers.
How do you find those on iTunes, Jace? Warlock?
Just do a search for Blue Bilby and you'll see Halloween stickers pack 1.
Excellent.
When's Halloween?
That's end of the month. Something like that, end of the month.
Yep. $5 sales. 9 people have bought it, so that's good.
That's all right.
Keep going.
Good
Not
stuff.
even Halloween time yet.
You'll be raking it in by the 31st. You'll be raking it. You beauty. Blue Bilby, is that one word? 2 words?
2 words.
Excuse me. All right. I've got a bit of a scratchy throat. I think I yelled too much after the grand.
Down there.
Yeah, I saw that post on Facebook.
Give up the smokes, man.
Yeah, no, it was too much shark attack.
Winnie Blues.
Yeah, the Winnie Blues, eh?
If I knew the shark song on my guitar, I could have played tonight and you could have sung along.
Oh, search up the Up Cronulla song. We'll be right. I'll play it at the end of the show. Yeah,
that was a good game. I'm glad you could won actually.
Yeah, it was a great game. I can't believe it. The first time in 50 years. You just can't believe it. That's good. Anyway, Vodafone is going to scrap 2G next year. It's going the way of the dodo. Yeah, like all the others. It's going to turn off the 2G network soon. It was launched in 1993.
We're professionals, damn it.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm not wrong, am I? It is soon. It was next year sometime. So now, anyway, the network spectrum now carries only 0.07% of Vodafone's data traffic and 2% of voice traffic, and that's about 100 and also about 180,000 active handsets. Oh, who the hell is on these things? Fair income. Now, Vodafone said
Farmers.
that. Who? Who'd you say?
180,000.
Farmers.
That's a lot.
Farmers. Vodafone said the 2G spectrum would be repurposed to ease some of the load on its 4G network, which handles 76% of the traffic. Now, Telstra will turn the 2G network off at the end of this month, and I think, from memory, it's the 1st of December, because I did have a phone that was on 2G, can you believe it? Which I palmed off to the mother-in-law, and Telstra sent me a nice letter saying...
Now you'll never get a phone call from her again, will you?
That's right.
Hello.
I tried to ring you, Glennie, but I couldn't get any signal. Oh, that's all right. Just keep trying.
Oh, well, maybe it's broken here. I've got another 2G phone that would try.
Yeah, give that to not. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but anyway, Telstra, like, maybe a good story, I suppose, about Telstra is that just a couple of weeks ago, got this parcel from them, and they gave me a new phone. They sent me a new phone for to replace the 2G phone. It was,
Nice.
Yeah, it was a piece of pus phone, but it's still
had LG flip phone or something, right?
Oh, it wasn't an LG, but it was just an old. It had it's got a keyboard on it. It had a colour screen.
Oh, BlackBerry.
No, it wasn't a BlackBerry. I don't know what it was.
Have you watched Mr. Robot yet?
Oh, look,
Was it?
yeah, I've watched a couple. I think I'm up to about episode 4 or 5. I just don't get time.
In the first one, the executive walks through and he's got a BlackBerry and he's just like shaking his head.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. I just need to watch some more. I'll probably just binge watch one day, and then just do it all.
Yeah, I'm season 2, about episode 4 or 5. It's good.
Oh yeah. And did you see? Look, I'm talking about all that sort of stuff, but I'll just finish this off quickly because I'm not sure which one of you guys have got.
Nearly segued.
I know, nearly. I'm not sure which one of you guys have got.
I know where you're going too.
Yes. So Telstra's going to turn the 2G off by the end of 2016. Optus is to stop in April 2017, and Vodafone will be soon next year. Now, talking about, streaming videos and all this sort of stuff.
Then Netflix and...
Presto.
Yep. No more Presto. Presto's gone.
No, just like that.
Hey, Presto.
Presto. Now, who had that story? Was it you, Milo?
I had it, but Jason Warlock can do it.
No, I haven't got the story. I just
knew it. All right. So, is that your Foxtel story? I think is that. Oh no, there you go, Milo. Yeah, there you go. No, it's the other one.
I had a couple of Foxtel stories actually, and I had a Netflix story as well.
Let's do the Presto one first.
All right, we'll do the Presto one thing that we were talking about. Foxtel is the big winner in killing off Presto, which was spawned from the squabbling between 7 and 9. This town was never big enough for 3 all-you-can-eat subscription video services like Netflix, Presto, and Stan, let alone 4 Catalogue suffering quick flicks. That's still around. Australia's subscription video pioneer QuickFlix looks set to emerge from administration. Oh, there you go. Under ownership of Presto is disappearing for good after January, as pay TV giant Foxtel buys out Presto, co-owner 7 West Media, and migrates customers over to the Foxtel Play streaming service.
So I think what was happening there was I think Foxtel and Channel 7 were joint owners in Presto, and Foxtel's bought out Channel 7's part.
And also a stake in Channel 10.
Oh, really? Right.
Wow.
Well, yeah, look, I would have thought, to be honest, Presto would have been the one to maybe outlast Stan at least. Nothing's going to outlast Netflix. Nothing. So Netflix will be the winner. But
even was it?
Sorry, Milo?
I was just going to say, up till recently, I could watch a little bit of Netflix, but only on a good day. Like Wallach was saying earlier, you could sort of like go out for a couple of hours and wait for it to load up. But now in Vienna, I've sort of started to watch a little bit, but I did check out the US version just to see what all the fuss was about, and there is a lot more content there. And for like a global content company, I can't understand why. I know it's all about rights, but I can't understand why they can't all have the same content if they're going to be all over the place. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Yeah,
suppose.
Netflix is always working on that. They keep on having news articles that Netflix is trying to get global deals and everything, trying to wipe out the regions and the rights of different regions and stuff. But they can't get something like Game of Thrones everywhere because Fox has got that here, so you'll never be able to watch it anywhere else.
But it's probably a matter too. Like say you're HBO, why throw everything Netflix's way all the time? Say okay, well let's auction it off. Foxtel want it.
Highest bidder.
Yeah, Netflix wants it. Well, say Foxtel wants it in Australia. Netflix wants it in the US. Bob or whatever it is, Dave wants it in the UK. Whatever their stupid thing's called.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But yeah, look, I was surprised to hear that Presto's going. So I suppose that content will probably just seep around and be sucked up by the others. But it's something to do with the Foxtel is launching their Foxtel Play. In early 2017, and this is what you would think is really trying to replace the Presto. And from what I get is that the plans are going to be a lot cheaper from Foxtel, like a lot cheaper, but still more expensive.
But cheaper than cable.
Yeah, but still more expensive than Netflix and so forth. Yeah.
So you
And
just
probably
need
still
three
ads.
now: Netflix, Stan, and Foxtel Play, and you cover everything.
Yes, that's right.
$40 a month.
Yeah.
Look, standards, it looks to me that I've seen a little bit of it, is very similar in setup to Netflix, you know, on the ways you scroll around on the site. So,
Yeah.
Copy a good UI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're probably not. They're probably all pretty much the same, I think, aren't they? Like, there is. Where is it? What don't I like about one of them? Is it?
Well, I guess what you can't complain about, before when you were getting Foxtel, you might pay $100 to $110 a month to get all of the movies and the TV shows and all the channels. Now you can pay $40 a month maybe, and you can get the 3 streaming networks and choose what you want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
So
you can't complain. It's like a quarter of the price.
Like when I first bought my house here, like say 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever it was, we had to have the satellite through Austar put on because we couldn't get through cable. And even then, you still had to buy a basic package. Then if you wanted some romance package, you'd have to buy that. Or if you wanted a sci-fi package,
Sports.
then that's where you go to sport, you know.
well, that's the thing, and that's where Foxtel's got the wood on it all because the sport. But if you're not into sport, like Warlock, like geez, you'd just be Netflix US and never
Well,
been
you can
hurt.
tell Netflix was the big disruptor here. Without Netflix coming here, you wouldn't have Foxtel Play. You wouldn't have Stan. You wouldn't have had Presto at all.
Yeah,
That's true.
well, that's right. But like realistically, Foxtel, it's just like there's people still with just the standard RGB boxes. Like just
Like my dad.
yeah, I know someone as well.
HDMI, what's that?
Oh, heaven forbid! And
Component?
and but even
Red, yellow, and white.
even the IQ boxes, they're just standard definition. You got to pay extra again. So you might be paying $150 a month for all your content, which is garbage anyway, and plus to get HD, you got to pay an extra $10.
Yeah.
I don't know. They should just pull that all back and just go. It's HD, everyone. Send your old
Now,
boxes.
Netflix can stream 4K, so
Well, yeah, that's right. Why can't Chromecast? So does Netflix stream 4K in Australia?
I think it's available if you can watch it on anything, but you need your 4K TV and a very good internet connection
Yes.
At least 200 down or something.
and unlimited plan.
Yes. Now,
I'm lucky enough. I got an unlimited plan. I'll never go back to it.
TPG for the win.
Yay!
so you can get NBN plans unlimited at 40 up, 40 down. Wow, that's massive.
Whatever.
That's massive.
Oh,
100 down and 50 up.
That's
something like
massive. You could just go for gold. You could download the whole
well, that's-
internet.
You imagine how many Linux ISOs you could get from the torrent websites.
Oh, yeah.
I tried downloading the whole lot, but I still haven't got through there yet. I've only been on it for about a month or
Stuck at Debian.
Yeah, I like a good Debian. and Ubuntu. Now, while we're talking about streaming stuff, Netflix has made news recently with its plan to make 50% of its content original. So the library of titles has become much smaller in the past few years. So they're obviously looking... Yeah. Now, there's what is this? Streaming blog Extremist claims to have sources who used to work for the world's largest streaming service. They estimate Netflix Catalogue in 2012 contained close to 11,000 movies and TV shows. But using data pulled from somewhere else, UNOGS, UNOGS.
Pulled out of their what?
Their UNOGS. They've pulled data out of their UNOGS. Whatever that is.
That could be dangerous.
It could be dangerous. I wouldn't recommend doing that at home.
Might hurt too.
See a doctor.
The site, you might need cream afterwards. The site found that the current library has about 5,300 titles. Don't you love these disjointed conversations?
That's the place to go if you're one of the fans of the comic superheroes. You got Jessica Jones, you got Daredevil, you've got what's Luke Cage's new one? All of those are going to be on Netflix because they're making original content there.
So look, that's their way of probably just increasing their membership subscriber share, isn't it? Like new good content you can't get anywhere else, and that's not going anywhere. I think you wouldn't think they're going to sell that to FOXTEL or any other cable, people around the place. So if you want to watch, does that original content find its way to torrents?
I would eventually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same deal. It all goes to torrent. Where do people go for torrents these days? Is Kick-Ass still closed? As far as I know.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is this torrent thing?
Yeah, what are you speaking of?
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's some new video technology like MP4 or something. I don't know.
Something like that. Now, Jace, Warlock, give us another story before we start to wind down.
Well, we've been talking a lot about the NBN, so I don't think we've done this story. NBN has ditched plans to use the bulk of Optus's hybrid fibre coaxial network. HFC will instead deploy fibre to the distribution point technology around 700,000 premises nationwide. The network builder said bringing Optus HFC network up to the standard required for the NBN would be too expensive and take too long. NBN Co had planned to upgrade around 450,000 premises within the Optus HFC network that had gained access to under its $800 million 2011 deal with the telco for use in the NBN. So after spending $800 million taxpayers' money, they said instead they'll only keep 25,000 Optus HFC premises, which have already been launched around Redcliffe in Queensland. Suckers. The remainder of the premises Optus HFC footprint will be ditched in favour of fibre to the distribution point. The Optus HFC network will still be decommissioned as per the original deal. We have tested FTTDP over the last year, and we're confident we can now deploy the technology in areas where it makes better sense from customer experience, deployment efficiency, and cost perspective. This includes premises in the FTTN footprint that have been too high a cost per premises, and premises served solely by a legacy Optus HFC footprint that are yet to be made ready for service. NBN Co's plans to overbuild the Optus HFC network were first revealed in leaked internal documents late last year. The documents indicated NBN Co discovered the network was degraded and not fit for purpose, much like our copper network. With 470,000 Optus HFC premises needing to be overbuilt at a cost of as much as $375 million on top of the $800 that they flushed down the toilet. Yeah. This also revealed that having to overbuild the network would mean NBN Co would miss its rollout targets again by 633,000 premises, leaving some of those homes and businesses unconnected until 2019. Technology switch also means Optus will miss out on winning a similar deal to Telstra's $1.6 billion contract to design and manage the construction of its own HFC network for the NBN.
Well, look, I'm still hoping that we're going to get something of some type of NBN here for next, at least by 2018. I think we're hybriding next year. Sometime.
I think it'd be easier just to buy a new house.
I tried that, but still cable. Yeah, I could have gone out in the boonies.
I'm just thankful because, when last year Eric was always reading out the the rollouts for Sydney around his place and around your place.
Yes.
And I was looking at my place and thinking, is it ever coming here, And it's like, one week it'd be like fibre to the home, fibre to the premise. Next week it'd be fibre to the node, or next week it'd be satellite, and it'd be like, it'd be June, it'd be August, it'd be November, And they didn't even start putting the pipes down until around about probably this time last year.
Yeah, how long
They
did
fixed all that anxiety now. They just removed all the planned locations, times, and dates, so nobody will ever complain because they don't know it's indefinite now.
I'm just looking at that now. You can't put your address in anymore.
No. They took that out because they don't want you to be thinking about, it's definitely coming next March, and then March turns around, they're like, yeah, we meant December. And December comes around, no, it's not going to happen. So they just removed all the future planning.
I feel for the guys out there putting the cables in because it's not their fault. They're just the guys, it's their job, to put the cables in.
The contractors.
The contractors, and like when they first started towards the end of the year last year, it was like I think we got to about 35 last summer. And so they were all out there sweating away, and I was sitting here and they haven't even got anything to drink, so they got out some bottled water and stuff. But, it wasn't until probably when, I think it was about March or April, that I found the proper date, which was supposed to be July, August.
How long did it take, say, when you first got the sniff of that's what they were doing? How long did it take from sniff to download?
Sniff to download. Oh, well, I'd have to go back through my Facebook on that one. I would say probably about middle of the year when they were putting stuff down.
Yeah.
And then probably, what's it been, about a month and a half now on actually downloading. So what are we, October, so September. I'd say end of August. September, August, something like that. I can't remember now.
Yeah, so a little while of peering out the window, then, pining.
Yeah, it was like once they had to do the whole street and then partly down the road to be able to start putting in the cable box out front.
Yeah,
and then I'll show you this hidden, and then they do the cable box outside, and then 2 weeks later, you'd have to ring up through your ISP.
Yes.
So, is my internet able to switch to the NBN? And they say, yeah, no. And thankfully they said yes. So they had to.
And away you
went. A couple of days I had the guy here putting the. It's supposed to be done about between 10 and 4 or something. The guy came at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, nice.
I was still in bed.
Wake you up.
You're the NBN guy, please come in. I love you.
Don't worry, I'm naked, but it's okay. Come in.
Okay.
Put it over here.
I'm just my birthday suit.
Yes, and it's my birthday, did I tell you? Now, listening to the music. Now, this is a story I pulled out. The earliest known recording of music produced by a computer. Now, a machine operated by Alan Turing. Surprise, surprise. Who would have thought? That was a good movie, that, wasn't it? The something machine. Was it? The
Terminator machine?
Or whatever it was called, that movie.
Machine.
The one? The Enigma Code or something. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Da Vinci Code?
Anyway, so this machine, operated by Alan Turing, has finally been made to sound exactly as it did 65 years ago. So it was captured by the BBC in the autumn of 1951 during a visit to the University of Manchester, where the Ferranti Mark I, the world's first commercially available general-purpose computer, was based. Now, look, I've got a link. I'm going to play it for you, but unfortunately, you guys probably won't be able to hear it. I still haven't worked all that out yet, but I'll play it, and I'll tell you when it's finished, so we can have a chat about it, and you can tell us how good you liked it. Oh, hang on, it's circling. Here we go.
You need NBN.
No.
Yeah, I'll be, because I'm being a muser when I wait for that, I listen to a lot of online radio stations as well as my own now, and I just love some of the old blues stuff. And a lot of them were recorded like in the early 20s and 30s. Well, the sound quality is real good. You can still hear the techniques of the guitars. It's amazing technology even back then.
Yeah, so as you can hear in the background there, that doesn't sound too bad. It's, I don't know, it's not too bad. But anyway, if you want to get the full sound of that, you can go to the show notes and there's a link in there. But just to finish up with that particular story, because it has got an Australian twist, which I bet you didn't know was coming. The Ferranti Mark 1 may not have been the first computer to have played music. That distinction, it has been widely claimed, went to an Australian machine called the
Aussie.
Yeah, called the CSIRAC. Oh, what?
They could have given a better name than that.
Yeah, and the song that it played was the Colonel Bogey March. I'm gonna have to Google that. Listen to that. The Colonel Bogey March, some months before. But the reason why we're not all huffing and puffing over that is because no recording has ever surfaced. So the recording here of the Ferranti Mark 1 is the first known recording of computer music. So there you go. Look, I did have a picture of, here we go, on the video. Alan Turing, I don't know which one he is, but he's sitting at his computer. They're big computers in those days.
Right.
All right. Now, look, I think
the world's first computer to play music was CSIRAC, which was designed and built by Trevor Pearcey and Maston Beard in the 1950s. Mathematician Jeff Hill programmed the CSIRAC to play popular musical melodies from very early 1950s. In 1951, it publicly played the Colonel Bogey March, of which no known recordings exist. However, CSIRAC played standard repertoire and was not used to extend musical thinking or compositional practice, which is current computer music practice.
Yeah. But it actually, like, when you listen to it, I think it might even sound better than 8-bit. So it must have been a fair computer. All right, I think we might call it a show.
I got probably two little short stories.
All right.
I'm doing a will tonight.
Yes, that's right. I've got a couple of short ones. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll finish with a funny one. That's quick.
All right, good stuff. Go, Milo.
Yeah, we all. I don't use Twitter a whole deal. Probably use Facebook more, just like longer characters. Anywho, Chinese firm could be buying out Twitter.
What?
Yeah, financial media speculates about Twitter is being acquired by Salesforce, whatever that means. Alphabet, formerly Google, or even Apple. Companies outside the California tech scene have received little attention as potential suitors. Is that right?
Yeah. So let's see if we can break that down a bit. So a Chinese firm could buy the company in the coming wave. Okay. So first of all, I don't know why a Chinese company would want Twitter, because they just block everything anyway. And could be acquired by Google, Apple, or Salesforce. Salesforce is a company that provides customer record management software, I think. Chase Warlock might be able to confirm that. Yep. So they're pretty big. So that's obviously they might want that for maybe so they can use inter-office or inter-employee chats. If they don't like Skype.
You can also keep in touch with your customers. They have all of those CRMs have integration with social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and the like, so they can keep up with customers. And if you've got a problem, you can just ping it to the Twitter feed. You'll go into their CRM database and link to your account so that they can keep on top of what questions you've asked and any information you're looking for.
Look,
I mean, even as a muser, like I find Facebook incredible, like for us to be able to, say like there's a show like a fair or something, and we can email the providers, or talk to them on Facebook, see if we can, get a gig there or something. You couldn't do that possibly.
No, Facebook is really good, but I think
Even shops too, being able to communicate with them, say something's broken here, you can replace it with you guys without having to ring up too.
Well, I email or Facebook messaged my local councillor. I was down the park and there was a broken seat down there, and it was kids had probably come along, kicked the wood off and broke all the seat apart. And so I took a picture of it. I dropped my location in and said, I'm down the park at such and such a place. Are you guys going to fix the seat? Because it was broken for quite some time. And he wrote back and said, oh, yes, that was brought to my attention the other day. And next time I went to the park, it was fixed. So how good is that?
Magic.
Yeah, magic.
Technology's wonderful.
I know. And I said to him, I said, I nearly fell over. I said, I'm not used to, council's working so fast. but
It takes a while.
Yeah, but look, my thoughts on this Twitter thing. If China bought Twitter, say goodbye to Twitter as it stands. That's finished. It's gone. And then someone else will come up with something. Whatever's next.
Goldsky.
Yeah. Like, why would China want Twitter? They block it. They can't handle it.
Yeah, nobody wants it at the moment. That's the problem. Everybody's had a look at it and they're like, no, you can't really make money from there. They've tried integrating things. They've tried even streaming video. We were talking about a week or so ago that they want to provide streaming TV and movies services. Like, that's not what Twitter's about. But it's always been a loss in money because they can't monetize it very well. They put ads in Twitter streams. Nobody clicks on them because you don't want to see that anyway. Just degrades the platform. But there's just not really any good way to monetize Twitter.
So I don't know what the future of that is. Can it survive? Say as a.
Well, as Facebook buys it out.
They could open source it.
Warlock, what was that?
They could open source it.
True. We'll bring back TweetDeck. Or TweetDeck as a desktop application.
Hootsuite.
Yeah. Well, I think Hootsuite's still around, but it's because they restricted API access or something. It's not as good as it used to be or could have been. Yeah. What was your other one, Milo?
Yeah, just another one to finish off with. Just we've had a lot of bad weather lately, as we all know, and South Australia was blocked out for what was that, a day or 2 days or something?
A couple of days, I think. Yeah,
a couple of days blocked out. Had that happen to I'll never know a whole state. I can understand a town or a city. But anyway, we won't go there. Oombrella is OOM. BRELLA. It's the smart umbrella that knows more than you do.
Oh, hello.
So everything's going smart tech now. So like that fridge that had something ridiculous side on it somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one I posted up onto the Facebook page.
Yeah.
There's a fridge at Harvey Norman, the ones that got a big screen on it with, you order your milk and you order this and that, what's low and blah, 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 goes to the internet, gets to the order at Woolworths, you just drive around, pick it up or have it delivered. Someone hacked into it at the Harvey Norman and put Pornhub up on the door of the fridge. Amusing. Actually, it reminds me, I've got another story about hacking porn in a second. Keep going with your umbrella.
All right, yeah, so... with umbrellas, we're always leaving them. So the umbrella will send you an alert to your smartphone if you walk off without it. So, like if you leave it at the shop or something, or somewhere at work. This feature is a useful idea, but what's even more exciting is that umbrella also works as a portable weather station. Nice. So there are 4 sensors embedded in the handle, collecting the temperatures, pressure, humidity, and light when you're out in the weather. The umbrella is designed by a French company, Wezo. I think that's how you pronounce it, WEZZO.
Sounds good.
And comes connected to its, I don't even know how to pronounce that, some weather app, which automatically collects data from wherever the brolly is in real time. And then information is shared with others using the app. You can also do a silent alert, reminding you that the umbrella to take with you if there's bad weather in the area. So I must be able to pick it up already.
I was watching, I don't know if you watched The Block, but they had they went out and bought some irrigation equipment, and it was like smart irrigation equipment. And yeah, it was like plugged into the internet. And what it would do is say you set it to say water your plants every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but it would actually go to the forecast. And if it was going to rain Wednesday, it wouldn't do it on Tuesday. Like it would see what if there was rain coming, and if there was rain
Can
coming.
I make a lawnmower like that?
Yeah.
If there's rain coming, it wouldn't do the sprinkle on the day before.
And when that starts,
yeah, it was how good's that? Everything's so smart.
everything's going that way now. It's way over the smart.
It is smarter than me, I tell you. And Warlock, what was your little funny?
Norway's Prime Minister has, we think, achieved a new first. Erna Solberg was caught checking out Pokemon Go during a debate in the parliament in central Oslo. The Norwegian PM is clearly a fan, having said previously during an official trip in Slovakia that she took some time out to play the game, telling journalists she was keen to hatch some of her 10-kilometre eggs. The newspaper pictured her checking the map screen, although it looked like she had some GPS issues to contend with. Politician who was speaking at the time of the debate was Trine Skei Grande, who was herself caught playing Pokemon Go in Parliament in August. I think that Trine and I like that I opened the game while she was at the pulpit, Erna said, according to TV.
Now, is the problem...
Oh, that's good.
Is the problem here, because they're elected, they can't get sacked? Like, if you did that at work...
Oh, you don't care?
Yeah, but if you did that at your work, you'd get probably a little warning and did it again. And then you'd be gone. Like, you just can't believe it.
But isn't the president of the United States not allowed to have iPhones or whatever? That's guys be stuck with Blackberries or something?
I think that's finished. I think that used to be the case.
It's gone off?
Yeah, I think they've gone to iPhone 7 now because encryption's so good and it's the least hackable device there is.
Now, here's another story. This is my last story because it's a funny one too, I just remembered. But an IT worker was pretty bored one day in Jakarta, of all places. So the 24-year-old man aired a hardcore porn movie on a big TV screen in the middle of the street. I've got a picture. How's that? How's that for gold? Now, he's going to get in a lot of trouble. Police and cybercrime specialists in the largely conservative Muslim-majority country launched a hunt for the perpetrator, and they subsequently arrested a 24-year-old IT analyst in his office. Access to pornographic websites is blocked in Indonesia, and romantic scenes in films and television programs are often blurred or cut altogether. There you go.
Oh, that was different to the one that I was thinking of. There was a guy, I think in the US or something, whose work computer was found to have a ton of porn on it, and he got in trouble and got sacked, and so he took the company to court, and the court agreed that he was probably downloading it and watching it at home and not at work, so they fined the company $10,000 for firing him, and he got his job back.
Oh, wow. But the porn movie played for about 10 minutes. The man faced 6 years in jail as admitted to the crime. My goodness.
That's even worse than taking off your pants and having the Malaysian flag on your undies.
Yeah, I know.
You get 2 years for that.
Apparently. All right.
Well, you smugglers.
Yeah. Well,
at the F1 or something, Formula 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's end on. It's not funny for the guy that's going to spend 6 years in jail, but
I think last I heard they were going to get deported back to Australia, but I'm not sure.
Probably. But like, if you're going to air porn on big TV screens, just do it in Australia, the US, or England, or somewhere.
Times Square.
Yeah, because
they got huge TV screens there.
At the end of that is pretty funny. But I suppose you don't want like hardcore porn. That might be going a bit far. But, But edited soft porn. The one Donald Trump was in. That might.
It's educational, right?
That's right.
You get more porn on SBS on the Friday night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. All right. So that's all we've got for you this week. So that's great stuff. Good stuff. All right. Eric will hopefully you will hear from him next week. We haven't heard from him for a few weeks.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah. How you doing? Studying hard. Good boy.
And Will.
How's your iPhone 7, man?
Yeah, we'd love to know about that.
I don't know. Did he get an iPhone 7?
No, he was complaining about he never would get it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. No, I don't think he's got one.
The guy from Western Australia, I've forgotten his name.
Shane.
Shane, sorry. Yeah, we haven't seen him on for a while either.
No, Shane. He's working a few hours away from his home, so he's and because of the time difference anyway, yeah, it makes it a bit bit impossible to get to the computer at, I think, 5:30 his time. So when we do it. All right, so hopefully when Will comes back, we'll be live streaming. I'm looking at another option back to Facebook. Maybe I can get someone else to do it. Like Michael might have been putting his hand up down there. So we'll see how he goes.
I may, depending on my Thursdays, if I'm not filling in for somebody at my radio station, I might be able to help out.
Yeah, well, we'll keep you in mind, and we've got to do a lot of testing. So
Yeah.
It just blows my mind how it's all going to work anyway. But yeah, so that's that. Thanks, Warlock, for coming in. Good to see you again.
Yeah, no worries. Good to be back in.
Yeah, good stuff. And you can go back to your Minecraft now. And
Gave
thanks
everybody a bit of a break last week.
Yes.
Yeah, and
so did we all.
And some more odd fart geeks, which I just love.
Yeah.
Yep, just waiting
I'm
for
always
Will to
looking
get
out
his
for more of
internet
that.
sorted out.
That is pretty good. What was I going to say? Yeah, so don't forget, search Blue Bilby on iTunes for Jace's stickers, and buy him a coffee. You can buy him a coffee by buying the stickers, okay? So to have a go at that. And Milo, where can people talk to you at?
Well, they can check out my band, the Drewsters, www.drewsterz.com, Drewsters. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And also, we are hosted by the incredible Aussie Tech Servers.
Oh, how good is that?
Servers in Australia.
That's right.
We even have Drew Powell.
Yeah.
It's
And I have stuffed up my site so many times, but Glenn has been really super good with the helping out getting it all back and running, because I'm still learning how to back up WordPress. Anyway,
oh yes, it's all complicated. You got to spend a
now I've got another 5 sites that I'm managing as well. So
oh jeez.
4 of my own and another band that I'm looking after as well. So
Hey, good
all
stuff.
through Aussie Tech and Posting. Please check them out. Best service in the world.
There you go. You can't get better than the first-hand recommendation. So thanks, Milo. All right, so that's it. We'll hope you had fun, and we'll see you next week. And I hope you enjoy the Up Up Cronulla song. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sharks forever. Go out and play without fear. Now's the time to see good football, for the Sharks are here. Sharks forever. Go out and play without fear. Now's the time to